right? You guys say, oh, that's because you don't understand the Trinity. You see, I do understand the Trinity. You heard it. That's the Trinity. The Trinity says no one is before or after. No one is greater or less than the other. That's the Trinity doctrine. And that's why these verses are against the Trinity. And that's why when you guys say we don't understand the Trinity, as if the Trinity is going to help you explain why Jesus says I have a God and why Jesus says the Father is greater, it won't help you. Because the Trinity says, as you just heard, no one is greater or less than the other. That means neither one of them is God to the other. But Jesus says, I have a God. Jesus says the Father is greater than I. You see? So stop saying we don't understand the Trinity as if the Trinity, that shows us that you don't understand the Trinity. Whenever you say in response to the Father is greater, or I have a God saying, Jesus saying that, and you say, well, the Trinity, nope, the Trinity, that proves that you don't know the Trinity. Okay? You don't know the Trinity. I'm going to have to add this to the Patreon too, guys. I know so many things. I'm going to add this too. I'm going to add this Athanasian Creed. So that way, Muslims, you have it, you get it, you grasp it, you understand it, you see the contradictions in it, but then you also use it against them. Whenever you show them these verses, I have a God, my God is your God, or the Father is greater, and then the Christian tells you, you don't understand the Trinity, show them the creed, let them see you don't understand the Trinity, because the Trinity says there's not supposed to be somebody greater. No one's supposed to be greater than Jesus. Why? Because he said the Trinity doctrine says none is greater or less than. That means nobody should be beneath another or above another. Nobody should be saying, my God. There is no God of you because you're all equal. And no one should be saying my lesser because nobody should be greater according to the doctrine. But this is why your doctrine contradicts your Bible. Okay? So it ends off with saying all in this Trinity, no one is before or after, greater or less than the other, but all three persons are in themselves co-eternal and co-equal, and so we must worship the Trinity in unity and the one God in three persons. Whoever wants to be saved should think thus about the Trinity. This is the Athanasian Creed. Okay, so learn your Trinity, Christians, and once you learn it, you'll see that these verses that we present to you contradict the Trinity. Okay. Now, what's this guy with? What do you have? The SS? You have the SS symbols?
No, those are lightning.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what the SS symbols were too. They were supposed to be like lightning strikes.
What's the SS?
That was the symbol for the those people in Germany back in the 1940s. That was their symbol. The two lightning strikes.
Oh, I'll change it after. Hey, my bad. Anyways, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, that's good. First of all, I believe that Jesus is God. What do you have to say about that?
All right. Well, our position is that he's a prophet. So Let's start this. So why do you say that he is God?
Because he comes forward and says he's the Alpha, the Omega. Okay, and also
okay, stop right there. Let's do one at a time. So I don't know if you heard me already respond to that with the other gentleman, right? Jesus doesn't say he's the Alpha and Omega because he's not, as he tells us that he is sent by the Father. He tells us that the Father is greater than him. And even by the fact of mentioning that he has a Father, by definition, a Father comes before a Son. Is that correct? That a father comes before his son?
Yes, a father comes before the son, but...
Exactly. No, there's no buts. So if a father comes before a son, then Jesus could never be the first and the last because he has a title that defines him as having to come after another. A son always comes after a father. A son could never be the first. Unless they're the firstborn. That's what I just told the last gentleman. Jesus could be the first and the last in that sense, that he is the firstborn from the dead. That's what it tells us, right? It says Jesus was that he was the firstborn of God's creation. So if he means first as in firstborn of God's creation, then yes. If he means first as in I'm the first that was ever here like God, then no, because he has a father. The Father comes before Jesus. As you just heard me read from the Athanasian Creed, that Jesus was begotten of the Father. If you're begotten, that means you couldn't be first, because you need someone to beget you. Do you believe that Jesus was begotten of the Father?
Before the Father, yeah.
Huh? Before the, what do you mean before the Father? If he was
What
before
do
the
you
Father, he
say?
would be
Before
begotten.
begotten?
I said, do you believe that Jesus was begotten of the Father?
Yeah, because it says it in the
Right. No, I
Bible.
didn't say, no, you don't have to say because. Just yes. Okay. Do you know what begotten means?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, well, let's look up the definition of beget or begot.